I have spoken at length on how the Islamic law was formulated and harsh punishment which we see in Islamic law is or was prescribed for a specific reason. The problem is the world is not aware of the background information. When you do not know the background information and you only rely on what you see in front of your eyes, the chances are you're going to be greatly mistaken, and sometimes even what your eyes can see can be deceptive. Human beings today are more aware of their rights in comparison to times in history, like 1400 years ago. The world was scattered into different um, places, and human population was first scattered, and people lived remotely and they were not in contact with each other. And there was no concept of cosmopolitan cities. Today, we are more busy with gadgets, iPhone, laptop, and other things. And we're spending more time at our job, and then come back home, watch telly, or iPhone, laptops, these things. It is quite safe to say that we are now living in a virtual world. And we have distanced ourselves as the science advances. We have distanced ourselves from um, practical life. Interaction with people is being done more um, online rather than in face-to-face meetings. And the entire world has become one global village. I still remember a few years back, it was so hard to keep in contact with my family in Pakistan. Every time I would think of calling them, I would visualize £2 50 pence per minute. Oh man, that's a lot. Let's forget about it. £3 50 pence, 2.99 per minute. And then in 1996, we went to this Norbury library, and there was a computer. And Faisal told me we can open an email account. And I asked him, what is an email account? He said, electronic mail. And then I asked him, without a ticket, no stamp? He said, no, we don't need a stamp. There is no envelope. You type it, and the other person will see this typing on their computer. Oh, and I couldn't believe it. And then I went to Pakistan. I met with his younger brother, Hafiz Farid's younger brother, Tawheed. And I discussed this matter with him. And he said, yeah, open an email account on hotmail.com. And he helped me. He came back home from Pakistan, and I sent him an email, and I was so happy. He got it and he replied. And I said, it's all free. My gosh. And I kept looking at the email from Pakistan, free. This is a miracle. It was so difficult to be in contact with people who lived in other countries. Even in Pakistan, calling, if you live in Karachi and you want to call somebody in Lahore, it's a lot of money. One city to another city. Forget about Pakistan. Even in America, some time ago, about 15 years ago, if you're calling from one state to another, it's a long distance call. So you were in contact with people who live nearby you. I mean, we're living in times today where even in one home, with our family members, we do not communicate really well. Forget about people who are living in your neighborhood. But about 1500 years ago, towns and villages were like a home. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody. You can't disappear, right? And if you become a homosexual, then the problem was this thing would spread like fire. And the chances were that everybody would be afflicted with this um, type of lifestyle. According to Bible, remember, Bible is 2,000 years old, whereas the Quran is 530 years younger than Bible. So there is a lot of time between um, Bible and Quran. So the Quran is the latest of God's word. In the Bible, God talks about homosexuality in a disapproving manner. He does not approve of homosexuality. God. Before I continue on this subject, I would like to tell everybody, especially those who are listening to me through YouTube or Facebook Live or a live stream, do not ever think that I am either in favor of homosexuality or against homosexuality. Neither I am in favor of homosexuality, nor I am against homosexuality. I am discussing the background information, how homosexuality has been abhorred in religious text of Christianity and religious text of Islam, and how harsh the punishment um, was prescribed by God, and what was the reason so harsh punishment was prescribed for a crime which involves two individuals pleasing their bodies. I'm just giving you the information. Why? When it comes to Islam, there are many things that you do and you have to die. Not just homosexuality. Yeah? Sometimes it appears to be a little funnier than it may be. However, that's what it is. You know? For example, if you talk bad about the religion of Islam, Muslims say you must die. And if you do not respect the Prophet, Muslims say you must die. And then you decide, oh, I have been a Muslim for 20 years, but now I decided I want to become a Christian. So I'm going to leave Islam. If you want to leave Islam, you must die. If you become a homosexual, you must die. So, in Islam, things are really, really, on the edge. Being a Muslim is like you are walking on a tightrope. Islam is the most difficult religion. Now, if you think I'm saying Islam is the most difficult religion and this is bad, this is your own understanding. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's very difficult. Yeah? How? If somebody wants to become a Muslim and you tell him, look, you want to become a Muslim, but bear in mind, if you, having become Muslim, decide to become a homosexual, then you will be beheaded. Or if you speak ill of the Prophet, you will be beheaded. Or if you talk against Islam, you will be beheaded. 90% of the things that you may want to do, the punishment for that wrongdoing will be a death penalty. You will be really scared. It will be like a medicine that you want to take as a cure for a disease, and you want to read the information, the leaflet that is provided with the medicine, and there are hundreds of side effects mentioned there: heart attack, blood pressure, this and that. By the time you finish that leaflet, you will say, okay, I don't want this medicine. And the West, who think Islam has said homosexuals should be killed, they're not fully aware of what Islam is and what Muslims do. I do not know how many Muslim priests are not homosexual. I do not know the number. It's the opposite. I do not know whether how many Muslim priests are not homosexual. Because in Pakistan, in every mosque, every Muslim priest, illa mashallah. Illa mashallah means in a most remote case where God personally took some interest and saved him.
It's true.
Most Muslim Salat leaders, most Muslim priests who lead the Salat in the mosque 5 times a day, and those who teach kids Quran, how to recite Quran, most of them, how most? Over 90%, they are homosexual. Now, there is a very thin blue line. Being homosexual is different. There is one more aspect. Among Muslims, Muslim priests want to rape kids and men. It's not vice versa. Like, you scratch my back, I will scratch yours. So homosexuality is a bit different in Pakistan. Most cases in which men have sex with the same sex, they rape others, but when it comes for them to rape them, they run away. And there have been cases where people were killed And what was the reason? He raped me, but when my turn came, he ran away, so I shot him. But among homosexuals, it's not like both, you know, do it to each other. Among homosexuals, one live like a husband and the other lives like a wife, which means only one partner will be the donor and the other will be the recipient. Many Saudi princes are homosexual, many of them. Sometimes Quran appears to be a little funnier. You know, for example, there is an ayah in Quran in relation to having sex with your wife, and God said, "So you can enter into your wife from wherever you want to." This ayah has been misinterpreted, you know, at a very high level. You can enter into your wife from whichever way you want to. So um, people thought they can have sex with their wives, anal sex. So it's very common, but there is only one problem. Among Muslims, people want to do everything, but they zip up their lips. They don't want to say it. If somebody is a homosexual in Pakistan, he doesn't want to admit it in public because he feels ashamed. Not guilty of doing anything wrong. He feels ashamed. Oh, what will people say? They want to do it, but they don't want to talk about it. Whereas in the Western world, they want to do it and they don't want to hide it. Okay, I'm a gay, so what's wrong with it? It's a very serious topic, isn't it? In the olden days, there were few people living together, and there was a problem. If one man is afflicted, others will do the same, and then what will happen? Now, as long as it's about making a choice for your life, there is no problem, right? However, if there are only 50 men living in a village, right? 50 men living in a village, and all 50 men become homosexual, what will the woman do, and how will you have kids? Today, the human population is in billions, but there was time in history when uh, people would live remotely and they were not aware of their existence or their presence. If there were 50 men, 60 men, 100 men in one village, that was the entire world for them. And then Quran was revealed for people of Arabia, the Arabian Peninsula. Their temperament is very hot. If you do not swear at them, if you do not beat them, they don't listen to you. They do not understand the language of love. They have been warriors. Killing among Arabs is a pastime. They used to kill each other over tiny issues like water. I will take water first. Why did you touch the water? Okay. Enmity starts. And the killing would take place from generation to generation. Now the world, humanity has, through evolution of intellect, civilization, their own prescribed values for their life. Humanity has come to a point where they want to make a choice for themselves. They want to lead a happy life for themselves. Sometimes you make a folly decision, and only after you have come to um, some kind of harm, you learn a lesson, and then you revert. But we're living in a different time. It should be allowed for people to let them choose what they want to choose for their life. Do you agree? It's not easy. Some people do not want to see God. They do not want to love God. I think it's useless teaching them or even forcing them to believe in God. Somebody doesn't want to believe in God. Why do you want to force them to believe in God? Let them be the way they want to be. What do you think? Nothing should be done by force. Nothing should be imposed. It should come from acceptance of the heart. If your heart accepts something, then you do it and you believe it and you act upon it. If you force some ideology on others and under fear, even if they do it, they won't enjoy it. So, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism do not allow homosexuality in their religions. But these religions have failed. These religions have failed. So now there is no point. Yeah? Like you're doing every other thing wrong, but when it comes to homosexuality, you want to follow Bible. You're deceiving others. You're depriving them of their belongings. Yeah? Your lifestyle is based on lie. You're not an honest man. You do not honor people. You do not respect humanity. You don't do anything that your religion teaches you to do. But only when it comes to homosexuality, you want to be a Muslim and a Christian. Oh, this is bad. I cannot see this. Well, my point of view is, even according to Islam, God has been recorded to say that He will forgive all your sins for except one. And this sin, which He is not going to forgive anybody, belongs to Himself. If you find a partner with Him, this sin is called shirk in Islam. Finding a partner with God. God is very intolerant to this. God doesn't want to tolerate this. If you are screwing yourself, God is not bothered. You can carry on doing it. He can forgive you. But what He will not forgive, as said by Himself, is shirk, finding a partner with Him, according to Muslim faith. Now, the spiritual values that we present, that we represent, these spiritual values have no problems. This message of love and peace is for everybody, whether you are heterosexual, bisexual, homosexual, or asexual. They belong to your body. The message of the messenger of love, Lord Rarya AlGohar Shahi, is for the entire humanity, all communities, including the LGBT community, for everybody. You cannot be the judge. It's It's the Creator. It's your body. It's your choice. It's your body. Plus, you don't follow that religion. The message and teachings of Sarkar Gohar Shahi are so profound and so broad. His Holiness Gohar Shahi says, even if you do not follow a religion, come and obtain divine love, and you will be better than those who follow a religion but they do not love God. Now just imagine if somebody does not practice any religion, do you think uh, he will understand that homosexuality is bad? He doesn't follow any religion. If he is homosexual, right, but he wants to learn to love God, will you tell him, go away? You cannot do that. No. The message of Gohar Shahi is for everybody. Love for everybody. Love, 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 and love. Whether you are a gay, lesbian, bisexual, asexual, transgender, or whatever gender you are, because we have nothing to do with your gender. Our message is for your soul. آپ یہ بات سمجھ گئے ہیں؟ Our message is for the soul. So Messiah Foundation International does not have a problem with LGBT, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender community. We consider them as our brothers and sisters. We consider them they are our co-brothers, right?
Yes.
We have love for them like we have love for anybody else. No discrimination. No discrimination. Do you agree?
Yes.
All of you?
Yes.
What do you think, Nofil? Do you understand what is homosexuality? You understand that? Good boy. Do you have a problem with that? Okay. If somebody wants to be a homosexual, do you have a problem with that? Good. Why? Because it's their choice. If you want to become a homosexual, that's your choice. I can only speak for myself. If you want to become a homosexual, okay, go ahead. If you don't want to become a homosexual, it's entirely up to you. Right? Some people want to be heterosexual, some others want to be homosexual. It has nothing to do with your soul.
Aura TV. Guidance. Brought to you